All right, welcome back to the Tul World podcast.
Oh, wait, not that.
Not that, but I'm your host, David Jew, and I'm here with Master Jew.
And how's it going today, Mr. Jew?
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
Excellent.
Just coming back from some Team USA trainings for our organization, and that just kind of made me think about, like, is it important for instructors to train?
What do you think?
Well, obviously, yeah. It's kind of interesting because I think that sometimes when you have, at like a big competition, do the instructors that do patterns, do they forget their patterns? Because I've seen that quite a bit. And I think one of the big things is that because they're teaching a lot of the classes, they don't have the time themselves to train. And that's kind of really what the reality is that once you reach a certain rank, they
just get lazy.
No, you just don't have the time. Maybe you're tired, feet hurt, you taught 6 classes, you're like, oh, just time to go home.
Well, first of all, how many instructors are really like that? I'm not to say.
But even if you don't have a full-time school, you go to work.
Yeah.
8 to 5, and then you do another 2 classes. So, just time to train is very limited, right?
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
I agree with it. I think maybe did we forget who we are? Mm-hmm. And why do I say that? I don't think of myself really as a Taekwondo instructor. Yes, I'm a Taekwondo instructor, mm-hmm. But first and foremost, I'm a student of Taekwondo. Mm-hmm. And so being an instructor is just being part of the Taekwondo cog, but I'm still a student and I still need to keep moving forward in that way. That's the way I think of it. Mm-hmm. And you're absolutely right. We can get too focused or too obsessed about certain things. And so look, we are teaching a lot of classes. So mm-hmm. People ask me, how many classes do you teach? I don't know, I think I teach somewhere around 36. I'm at, or something like that. I don't know how many. It's quite a bit. So do you have time to do other things? Well, that's just like a student. I got school. I got basketball. Mm-hmm. I got tennis. I got Chinese. I got Korean. I got whatever it is. You got to make the time for it. But the other thing, too, is do instructors, let's put ourselves back into that instructor mode. Do instructors need to train? Absolutely. We can forget. Yeah. We say certain things and all of a sudden it kind of changes over time, whatever it is. But yeah. you need to get caught up to speed. I hear a lot of times, oh, I've been to an IIC before, I don't need to go again. So when was the last time you went? Yeah. 20 years ago. Oh, right. Okay.
Right. Well, you get caught up in thinking that you heard it once and you know. But maybe you misheard it, or maybe they said it wrong. Maybe, and then you have to go back and fix it.
Exactly.
Well, that's interesting because when I make the Instagram content, I always have to research quite a bit about certain things. I want to make sure that they're right. And I was doing one on different types of side kicks that you have. So you have side pushing kick and side piercing kick. And for some reason, I thought that side pushing kick was done with the foot sole. The bottom of the foot, because to me that made sense, right? Yeah. Because it's slow, not powerful, you're just pushing, so it seems like you'd use the whole foot. And then I go back and I'm looking at the encyclopedia and it says you use the foot sword. The only difference is there's no rotation or speed. Right. It's just a constant, right? And so that's why you do it with like the lead leg. And so that's just an example where I just blanked. I thought in my head, and I would tell all the students that it was a certain thing.
Right. No, absolutely. And if you ask me, that's training.
Right.
Okay, because you don't always have to train with an instructor. Mm-hmm. It's about learning. It's about making sure you're moving forward and getting the right information. Mm-hmm. And so if doing those, let's say, videos, mm-hmm. Yeah. And you're learning something, that is awesome.
Yeah, that's right. Right.
Everyone should be doing it.
Right.
I'm not doing it.
You do that
I'll
too.
do this. But
he does this and then spawns other conversations. So
But
It was just a small steps. It doesn't
Yeah.
always have to be groundbreaking.
We do the Tul World Plus, and it's a lot of work because you want to go back. Even though you've done it so many times, right? And I teach a lot of classes, and I might say something, and then you go, well, I should just double check.
Yeah.
And then you're studying about it and go, oh, I learned this, and you learn stuff. Maybe you forgot stuff,
Yeah.
but it brings it back, and that's the process of being a student,
Right.
and that's what you are as a student.
Right. Yeah, I had kind of another thought a few weeks back. I think we were doing some Dalian week, and I was watching your class, and you were just doing some things that I never even done before.
Really?
Maybe I did them like a long time ago, but they were so infrequent. Where you were having the students grab hands and then pick up their other leg, and they were jumping with the leg up, and I was just thinking, that was
Nothing
that was new to me when I was watching it. But sometimes you just get stuck in doing the same old thing. It's always the same, and then when you watch another person's class, it just
Gives you a different perspective.
just that little bit.
Right.
Just that little bit can really change it up.
Absolutely. So get out there and train.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really important, and it's great that the ITF is continually doing even these online courses, and you may not actually be there in person. At least you can watch and you can kind of participate. It's still training. It's great, and I just think you can't get enough. I mean, sometimes you hear, oh yeah, I did that 4 years ago. I don't need to go again. Well, okay. If that's the way you want to think about it, then you will never learn anything.
Right.
Yeah, that's like, oh, the class is the same thing. Master Ju is just going to make us do squat thrusts. Why am I even going? Well, if you think that way, then absolutely, that is what you're going to get.
Yeah.
0. You want to go in there thinking, how can I be better? What am I going to learn today? You might not learn anything. Maybe it refreshes you, your memory, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, really important.
Okay. Well, let us know your thoughts on why do you train as an instructor, if you are an instructor. But don't forget to be safe,
Keep training.
and we'll see you guys next time.
Taekwon.